Hey everyone, welcome back to Facts by Michael channel. So, you know how North Korea is basically the world's weirdest mystery box? Well, I just found out something so bizarre about Kim Jong Un that I had to stop everything and make this video. I mean, this guy already has some of the wildest rumors about him, like, did he really climb a mountain in dress shoes? Does he actually talk to dolphins? But what I found today? Oh, it takes the cake. You're not gonna believe this, so buckle up, grab some popcorn, and let's dive into the madness. All right, here's something you probably didn't know. Kim Jong Un is a massive basketball fan. I mean, this guy loves basketball. He's obsessed with the Chicago Bulls from the 90s, and he's a huge fan of Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman. Yup, the guy who's actually friends with him. But get this. When it comes to basketball in North Korea, the rules are like nothing you've ever seen. Now, since North Korea is, well, North Korea, we don't have a ton of info on what life is like there. But thanks to Dennis Rodman's famous visits in 2013, we got a peek into the crazy world of North Korean basketball, and let me tell you, it's nothing like the NBA. So let's dive into these out-of-this-world rules. First up, the dunk. You know, that epic move that makes the crowd go wild? The one that can break a backboard and give a team a major boost? Well, in North Korea, it's worth 0 points. Yup, you heard me right. Nothing. Nada. This might sound insane, but hear me out. If the world adopted this rule, players would go all out trying to make those dunks worth something. Imagine dunking for style points instead of points on the scoreboard. Basketball would be way more fun. Maybe they should give 3 points for a dunk. Just saying. Next up, the legendary 4-point three-pointer. Now, in the rest of the world, a three-pointer is, you guessed it, worth 3 points. But in North Korea? Oh no, they said. Why stop at 3 when we can make things even weirder? So, if a player sinks a shot without the ball touching the rim, it magically becomes a 4-pointer. Yup, it's like unlocking a secret level in a video game. Can you imagine how this would change basketball? Players would be out here trying to swish every shot like their lives depended on it. You'd have sharpshooters draining 4-pointers from half court, looking like they've unlocked some kind of cheat code. But hold up, how do the refs even track this? Like, do they have superhuman eyesight? Are they pausing the game for slow-motion replays? Or, plot twist, are we talking about North Korean robot referees scanning every shot with laser precision? Honestly, at this point, North Korea's version of basketball sounds like a mix of the NBA, a sci-fi movie, and a game show where the rules change every 5 minutes. And I am here for it. And this is where things take a turn for the downright ridiculous. If you miss a shot, whether it's a 2-pointer, 3-pointer, or even a free throw, you don't just miss out on the points. You actually lose a point from your team's score. Yep, you heard that right. So instead of just bricking a shot and moving on, your mistake actually punishes the entire team. Imagine the pressure. If the NBA had this rule, Shaquille O'Neal would have been in serious trouble. I mean, let's be real. Shaq, at the free throw line, was already a suspenseful horror movie. Under this rule, he wouldn't just miss, he'd actively be helping the other team. Can you picture it? The Lakers would be ahead by 10, Shaq goes to the line, clanks a few shots, and suddenly, boom! The game is tied. Coach Phil Jackson would have had a heart attack on the spot. And it's not just Shaq. This rule would be an absolute nightmare for every player who's ever had an off night. Steph Curry could drop 50 points one game, then go ice cold the next, and end up with a negative triple-double. LeBron James would have to rethink his entire strategy. the game would turn into an anxiety attack on hardwood. Honestly, I don't know whether to call this genius or basketball cruelty, but one thing's for sure. Watching this in action would be absolutely hilarious. Now, here's a rule that'll blow your mind. In the final 3 seconds of a game, any shot, whether it's a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, becomes worth 8 points. Yep, 8. Imagine this. Your team is ahead by 2, and in the last 3 seconds, the other team scores a 3-pointer. But wait! Now, it's worth 8 points, and suddenly, they win by 6. This is like a reverse buzzer beater from another dimension. Talk about making the last few seconds way more intense. But also, why would you make the final shot that much more important? It's a recipe for chaos. And finally, we've got my personal favorite, because it's so ridiculous it almost sounds like a joke. In North Korea, a basketball game can actually end in a tie. Yes, you heard that right. No overtime, no tiebreaker, no last-second heroics, just a tie. Now imagine this happening in the NBA Finals. It's Game 7. The series has been legendary. Back-and-forth battles, insane highlights, players giving it their all. The crowd is on the edge of their seats. The final buzzer sounds, and it's a tie. And instead of heading into an overtime showdown, both teams just shake hands, smile, and walk off the court as co-champions. What a way to dodge the stress of picking a winner, huh? No heartbreak, no last-second game winners, no devastating losses. Just two teams splitting the trophy like they're in some kind of feel-good kids league. And the best part? Both teams get gold medals. That's right, everyone wins. Well, except the fans, who just spent hours watching an intense battle, only for it to end with absolutely no resolution. Imagine paying thousands of dollars for a courtside seat only to hear the announcer say, "And the winner is nobody." I mean, I guess it's one way to keep things peaceful. No one goes home mad, no one cries in the locker room, and everyone gets a happy ending. But let's be real. If this rule ever made its way to the NBA, I think half the fans would riot, and the other half would just pretend basketball never existed. So yeah, North Korea's basketball rules are totally bonkers, but who knows? Maybe they've got it right, or maybe it's just a fun, chaotic version of the sport we know and love. Either way, we're definitely not ready for this kind of basketball to hit the international stage. But hey, sports are crazy, right? They can change cultures, affect politics, and even define entire eras. Who knew basketball could be so unpredictable? And thanks for watching. If you liked this wild ride, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay weird, stay awesome, and as always, take care.